account randomly got deactivated from Pinterest about 3 days ago for absolutely no reason. I tried to put an appeal in and I got no response. I went on Pinterest's Instagram and I also went on their TikTok, only to find hundreds of people dealing with the same issue from the past, honestly, 72 hours. They are mass reporting and mass deactivating people's accounts for no reason. I'm talking people who've had their accounts for years. I've had that account, I think, for like almost 10 years at this point. Gone. I can't access it. I went on Reddit and apparently there's this rumor that like they replaced their help system, their customer service system with AI or bots or whatever. Now it's just like randomly taking things down. The issue is no matter how many appeals you put in, they're not responding. Okay? Hundreds, there's honestly thousands at this point of people being like, I reached out, no one's responding. They're not responding to any comments. They're only responding to people's comments that aren't talking about their mass banning issue. They haven't posted in the past 2 days, and I think it's because the issue is growing. I did not do anything. I don't even post anything on Pinterest, and if I do, it's just a selfie. If I were you and I still had my Pinterest account, I am begging you to remove any pins that go against their guidelines. Anything that seemed a little bit too risky, anything that might trigger their systems, I would say remove it, because I literally one day went on Pinterest, wouldn't let me log in. You still have your Pinterest account, protect it, or you could end up like me and thousands of people who currently do not have their account and Pinterest isn't saying anything about it. So, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel here. It's me here, Comrade Lavender here. Today I'm back with another anti-capitalism deep dive true crime YouTube video topic. Today I want to do the pure evil, the downfall of the Pinterest app files, deep dive, capitalism, AI, true crime, etc. So let's get started on this YouTube video topic. But before we get started, all my YouTube videos will be on the screen right now. Other topics, other YouTube videos that I made that are related to this topic right now. If you'd like to check them out, they're going to be on my screen right now. So let's get started on this YouTube video topic.
Pinterest is turning into an AI spam factory and no one is stopping it. It used to be the go-to for high-quality creative inspiration, but lately, users' feeds are just flooded with AI-generated content. Imagine searching for healthy recipes and getting weird AI-made junk that is designed just to rack up ad clicks. That's exactly what's happening for every single niche. Art, hairstyles, architecture, interior design, crochet, the list goes on and on. Some are even making serious money exploiting that system. Pinterest claims that it's not a big problem, but users are frustrated. As the platform is losing its creative edge, its future is becoming even more uncertain.
When I say Pinterest has a problem with AI art, I mean it has a huge problem with AI art. And to demonstrate that, I'm going to just show you a very basic search, female elf. These results are signed out of all accounts and on an incognito browser, so it's free of any algorithm. Let's begin. Had to cover this up because I don't want to get banned, but out of this first whole page, there are only 2 that are not AI art. Everything else you see is AI. This was searched on PC, so this is the right side of the results. I just showed you the left last time. Out of the right side, 1 out of 6 is not AI. And that was the top of the searches, the very first things you see. The more I scrolled, the worse it got. There was never more than 1 from that point on in any row. Take, for instance, this page. 0 of it is real art. It's all AI. Once again, I'm going to show you the right side of these results. It's all AI, literally all 6 of them. It is currently like this for the rest of the search results. It's bad. Yeah, Pinterest just sucks now. You can't find actual art on it anymore. Until there is like at least some ability to flag and remove AI from your search feed, it's basically unusable for like references or drawings or just any reason you would want to find actual art.
Going on Pinterest now feels like a ticking time bomb, praying your account doesn't get taken away.
Pinterest, please, this is quite literally the only thing I go in for me.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
If you have a Pinterest account that you haven't logged into in a while, or you're just out of the loop on what's been happening with Pinterest, listen up, because things are going crazy over on Pinterest right now. Pinterest, for reasons that escape me, decided to hire some rogue AI company to handle all of their content moderation and has just been banning accounts willy-nilly for seemingly no reason at all. Here are some recent reviews of Pinterest on the App Store, and you can see people are pissed. It seems that it takes almost nothing to get your account taken down. It could be a pin that you pinned 5 years ago. It could be the fact that you logged in with Facebook. It could be the fact that you were just flagged for no apparent reason. People who hadn't even pinned anything are getting taken down. If you have a Pinterest account, don't log in. They're probably going to take you down. And I'm seeing so many reports from people who went to Pinterest and said, hey, my account was wrongly taken down. And they're like, actually, we were right for that. Yeah, permaban. The Pinterest subreddit is going crazy nuts right now. And no wonder, because yet another website that we've lost to AI. RIP.
Pinterest is a social media app and website where it enables users to save both images and videos in virtual pin boards, making it particularly attractive and popular with people gathering inspiration for different things such as creative projects or event planning, do-it-yourselves, healthy eating, nostalgia, lifestyle, activism. You can make a board, for example, and save pins to it if anything you want. For example, if you are a raw vegan, you can save recipes, share health tips, and the raw vegan lifestyle, and pictures and content and video. If you are a vegan activist, you can save vegan messages and how people can go vegan, and facts about veganism and scientific studies. Or if you're a fashion girly and love aesthetics, or wanting to plan your do-it-yourself wedding, you can create a board and add pins to it that inspire you. Or if you're a science girly, you can make a board dedicated to science facts and information. Or if you're into politics, you can create a board and fill it with your favorite political pins, etc. As such, an unexpected ban can mean the loss of years of careful work and curation and memories. Pinterest finally broke its silence on the mass AI bans that have been happening. It's only made users angrier. Pinterest users have been complaining about mass bans for days, many claiming that they've been locked out of their accounts without any clear justification. The social media platform finally addressed on Thursday after Mashable reached out. However, the response is unlikely to appease many users. Reports of Pinterest inexplicable mass bannings began circulating recently, with users flocking to other social media platforms such as TikTok, Reddit, and YouTube to complain about suddenly losing their accounts. The Reddit Pinterest subreddit has been overtaken by posts about the ongoing issue, while the comment section on Pinterest official Instagram and TikTok accounts have been flooded with irate users asking the company to fix it. Users have accused Pinterest of issuing sweeping bans for no reason, in circumstances where there is allegedly no clear violation of its community guidelines. Some state that they've been completely new accounts and unused accounts are banned, while others claim that they've lost accounts they've had for over 10 years. Yet despite the widespread outrage amongst users, Pinterest maintained its silence on the social media platform and allegedly deleted people's comments on there. This has left users to speculate about what has been ongoing, with some theorizing that AI moderation, artificial intelligence, may be the culprit behind it, and how Pinterest might allegedly be purposely deleting accounts, thinking nobody would notice, and thought wrong. Pinterest Help Center states that it uses AI in an improved content moderation. On Monday, moderators for the Reddit Pinterest subreddit pinned a new thread about mass bans, noting there isn't anything we can do on here other than talk about it. The thread has gathered over 200 comments in the days since, with people expressing extreme anger and frustration at the situation and being banned. Many have accused Pinterest of lack of transparency regarding the ban, claiming that they have no idea they could have done that warranted losing their accounts and being suspended. I want my Pinterest account back. I find it heavily unfair. It was banned, and no matter how many times I appeal it, they don't do anything about it, wrote one Reddit user. I got no response on what exactly broke the guidelines. It just stated I should read the guidelines to understand their decision. Super vague. I'm sure there was nothing that could have gotten me banned, wrote one user on Reddit who stated they use Pinterest for content such as fashion, beauty, and recipes. Through at least 2 people reported they've been successfully regained access to their Pinterest accounts on appeal. The majority appear to have little success with the appeal process. Further, one of the individuals who recovered their account claimed that not all their content was there. In light of the issue, some users have been warning others to stop using Pinterest and search for alternatives on social media, as they no longer trust the people are relatively able to access their saved content. Pinterest finally broke its silence after Mashable reached out for comment, addressing the situation publicly on Twitter. Unfortunately, there's little in Pinterest's statement about to appease upset users. We hear your concerns about the recent account deactivations on Pinterest. The company posted to Twitter on Thursday afternoon. To ensure Pinterest remains a safe and positive platform, we continue to monitor for content that violates our community guidelines. With accounts that violated content may be deactivated as a result. If you think your account was deactivated by mistake, please send us a DM. Unsurprisingly, Pinterest's statement on Twitter hasn't satisfied its disgruntled users, particularly considering the lack of access many have had with their appeals. Users are lambasting in response in their replies to the post, calling for Pinterest to scrap or at least overhaul its AI, artificial intelligence moderation. Others are looking to take it even further. After Pinterest posted its statement, a Reddit user began getting interest in a potential class action lawsuit. Many people have not only lost income from Pinterest, ad campaigns, or traffic, but also personal archives of irreplaceable photos and personal moments or personal projects or family photos. Pinterest promotes itself as a platform for saving ideas and conducting business, things that invest significant time and trust in. Yet recent actions suggest a pattern of arbitrary mass account suspensions, often with no functional recourse, directly contradicting its own marketed image and reasonable expectations of its users. Many users have already expressed interest in being involved in the proposed legal action. Some claim that Pinterest bans have repercussions beyond merely losing a few saved pictures. For a lot of photographers, artists, and stylers, it is the industry standard to present a mood board before any project goes into action, and the sheer amount of valuable information and references I've lost out on since being banned is hard to describe, wrote one Reddit user. I've had to postpone photo shoots and scramble to reassemble projects, years and years of curating down the drain, and multiple projects stuck in limbo. Why are all social media platforms imploding? Facebook sucks now. They censor communism content. Tumblr is dead and has too many hackers on it. YouTube has way too many ads for one video. Pinterest mass bans users for no reason. TikTok's AI keeps striking people's accounts for violating community guidelines when they never broke any community guidelines. Instagram has a bunch of racism and fascists and bigotry on there now, etc. Pinterest isn't so pretty behind the scenes. Employees has accused the woman-centric company of gender and racial bias. Women still constitute 70% of Pinterest user base, and the site has only gotten more female over time, in part because the algorithm of self-reinforcing. The more people who come to Pinterest looking for so-called female content, the more Pinterest prioritizes that kind of content, and the cycle continues. More than 200 said they stood in solidarity with 3 former co-workers who have accused the company of discrimination. The series of actions were the latest in a growing movement of discrimination lawsuits, harassment accusations, and walkouts over injustices across the tech industry and the investors who fund it. Pinterest, the $21 billion company, in a lawsuit accused the company of sex discrimination, retaliation, and wrongful termination. When she spoke up about sexist remark from a colleague, she was fired, the lawsuit alleges. She followed the suit with a lengthy blog post, The Pinterest Paradox, Cupcakes and Toxicity, which was widely shared in tech social media circles. She broke her NDA to speak out against Pinterest. Now she's helping others come forward. For months, Ivram Ozama couldn't tell anyone, not even her closest friends and her own family, why she had left her high-profile job at Pinterest. Even as she gave speeches about her work at the tech company, a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA she signed, forbid her to share the reason for her quitting her role as a public policy manager, where she engaged with press, elected officials, and health experts. But on 15 June 2020, Osama reached a breaking point amid national unrest and protests for racial justice. Pinterest had joined other tech firms in publicly backing the Black Lives Matter movement. Osama resumed in a tweet, defying her NDA to make public the racial discrimination she said she experienced at the company. I knew I might be sued into bankruptcy, but I cared more about settling the record straight on the hypocrisy of it. She said her decision to speak out a non-disclosure agreement is a legally binding contract that bars a worker from sharing certain information about their former employer. I knew I might be sued into bankruptcy, but I cared more about setting the record straight. NDAs entered the public discourse amid the #MeToo movement around 2017. Many victims of Harvey Weinstein, who had been accused of assaulting more than 80 women, said they were unable to speak out due to strict confidentiality agreements, NDAs. Osama left Pinterest around the same time as her former colleague in June 2020. Both went public with their experiences of discrimination at work, including unequal pay, racist comments, and retaliation for speaking out. Osama also says the company failed to protect her when a colleague shared her personal information with hate websites and launched an inquiry into her rather than investigating the incident. Osama emailed Pinterest founder and chief executive officer Ben Stillman to share examples of the harassment she received and express her disappointment with the way the company had handled the situation. Upon leaving Pinterest, Osama accepted a severance agreement that included a half a year of pay, but also required her to sign an NDA ensuring that she would not speak out about her time there, including about why she left. In 2015, Pinterest, allegedly the kinder, nicer tech company, partnered with the consultancy Pradam to increase diversity in the company, whose workforce remains only 4% black, yet as the usual platitudes about diversity and inclusion and bringing change to the boys' club that is the tech world has been mouthed on the outside. Inside the company, a different and racist reality prevailed. According to a report in the Washington Post, a black female employee, the only one in her team, was told by a white supervisor not to speak during meetings, after which a supervisor took credit for her work. Another executive joked that she should play the servant and serve the other members of the team. Pinterest is a popular social media platform that allows users to create and share collections of images called pins. The platform is praised for its user-friendly, atmosphere and its wide range of content, but it has also been criticized for its role in the sexual exploitation of children. In a recent investigation by NBC News, it was found that Pinterest's algorithm is inadvertently creating images of young children for adults to go look for them. How pedophiles have been using the app and service to create image boards of young girls. The investigation found that when a user searches for terms related to young girls, such as schoolgirl or cheerleader, Pinterest is likely to recommend images of young girls in sexually suggestive poses. The investigation also found that Pinterest is not doing enough to prevent the spread of child abuse material on its platform. NBC News found that Pinterest was hosting hundreds of thousands of images and videos of child abuse, and that the platform should have done more to remove this content. The exploitation of children is a serious problem. It is important to do everything we can to protect children. Social media platforms have a role to play in this effort and need to do more to prevent the spread of this horrific true crime content on their platforms. They also have been criticized for letting users promote anorexia and create thinspo Pinterest boards. For those unfamiliar, Thinspiration consists of photos, tips, and horrific material to provide visual inspiration and motivation for those looking to dwindle down their bodies to just bone. With a disturbing similar to pro-anorexia websites, Thinspo usually consists of photos of female bodies with pencil-thin arms and jutting ribs and pictures of women that have anorexia. It's nothing new, but it spreads across the internet, as an increasing number of social media sites are attempting to put a lockdown on it. As Pinterest has generally been considered to have a female-heavy user base, it's not all surprising that some female users are creating Thinspo Pinterest boards. And as the images compiled together can be uncomfortable, if not alarming sight, it is also not surprising that Pinterest has received a number of complaints about the boards. Rather than seesawing over the issue, the company took decisive action by announcing a ban on such content. While it's great to see these sites want avoid being associated with unhealthy lifestyles, thinking or used as a virtual meeting place for women and girls who are looking for motivation to self-harm. The ban presents two problems. First, enforcing the ban seems ultimately futile, particularly in Pinterest's case. There's a lot of wiggle room in the acceptable guidelines. Determining if a user is explicitly encouraging self-harm or self-abuse is a gray area that many of these inspiration boards could slip through. So far, Pinterest has indicated that it plans on addressing users who have been flagged by other users. And the fashion industry has long been accused of perpetuating a beauty ideal that includes hip-free figures and vertebra count. We're bombarded by these images every day, whether they're collected on a website by a struggling teenager or not.